Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope you are well. I am also well now. Today I start literature, another story, chapter 32, and the name of the story is Sivirana's sacrifice. Who was Sivirana? Sivirana was the famous, powerful king of Maharashtra. Okay, and she was so good and she was so powerful and she was well known in history for his sacrifice, and he always ready to sacrifice her life for the poor, and he always ready to help the poor. And for this she was so good that people say that he was so powerful that even the gods in heaven were afraid of him. So one day the gods in heaven were ready to taste his power, taste his goodness, how he was powerful, how he was good. They were ready, the gods of heaven was ready to taste his goodness. Okay, now I start the story. Among the legends of Maharashtra, there is one about a king called Sivirana who was so good that he was prepared to sacrifice himself for the sake of those who were weak. So, Sivirana was a powerful king of Maharashtra. He was ready to sacrifice his life for the help of the poor. Sorry, Sivirana was a very powerful ruler. He was so powerful that people used to say that even the gods in heaven were afraid of him. These gods once decided to taste Sivirana's goodness. So one day, people say that he was very powerful, and gods of heaven also see this, and they decided to taste his goodness. One day, as the king was in his hall of justice, there flew in a frightened dove chased by a fierce looking eagle. As the eagle was about to pounce on the dove, Sivirana took his cloak and gave shelter to the little bird which had just perched itself on the throne. That is, one day there was an incident happened there in the hall of Sivirana's justice. When he was going in his justice, there flew a fierce looking eagle. There flew a frightened dove. Why he was flew there? Because he was chased by a fierce looking eagle. And then Sivirana protected from the eagle and he gave him shelter. The eagle was wild with rage and turning to the king cried angrily, "How dare you take my prey?" At that time, the eagle appeared there and he was very angry, and he turned back to the king and told him that, "How dare you to snatch away my food?" Then, "I dare because I am the king and my job is to protect the weak," said the king. "The dove trusts me and has come to me for shelter. I shall not betray that trust." Then the king answered him that it is his duty to protect the wicked, to protect the helpless, to protect the weak who lost their shelter. "So this is your protection," the eagle said. "You shape him and starve me. The dove is my food and you take away my food from me. Is this your justice?" Then the eagles told him that you snatched my food and it is your justice. You snatch away my food and give him a shelter. "Oh, my friend," said Sivirana, "if food is what you want, I shall give you an equal quantity of any other food you name. You give their name you want. If you want anything for food, I am ready to give you, but except the dove. Any other food that I name," repeated the wicked eagle. The eagle, "Any other food you gave me?" "Yes," said Sivirana, "you name your choice and I shall grant it." "Well, then I want an equal quantity of your own flesh," said the eagle. That is, he proposed him, he ordered him that to give him the equal quantity of flesh of his board as the quantity of the eagle, dove. Well, then on hearing this, the courtiers stood up in alarm, for they knew that the good king would keep his word. All the courtiers who sat on the court, they are very much afraid and they look to the king. The king was very ready to give his grant his proposal, and he was ready to give his place. So similar thing happened. The flesh is yours, said Sivirana in a calm voice. Then my flesh is yours, said Sivirana in a calm voice. Then turning towards the courtiers, he added, bring the scales. The dove shall be weighted against my own flesh, and that flesh shall be the eagle's food. He then said quietly, calm and quiet, that okay, I always ready to give you my flesh. My flesh is yours. And then he ordered the courtiers to bring a scale, and he ordered them to weigh the one side the scales placed he, and another side the dove. The eagle then said, but there is just one condition. O king, the flesh shall be from only the right side of your body. One condition. Any parts of your body, it is not acceptable. Only right side of the body. I agree to the condition, was the king's quiet reply. The excitement in the court increased as the horrible act of weighing the bird against the king's flesh was being carried out. Strangely enough, the bird began to weigh more and more, and the two weights could not be made equal. Then the eagle saw a tear roll down the left eye of the king. Then, but wait is going on, the weighing is going on, but there is no equal. The equal flesh cannot be. Only the king dove is weight is increased by and by. So then the eagle saw it. The eagle noticed it that it tear roll down in the left eye of the king. Stop, stop, cried the eagle. You are wiping. Yours is not a willing sacrifice. Then the eagle told the king, stop your judgment. You are enough. You are not sacrificed your flesh as your willingness. Nay, I weep not for myself, the king answered. Nay, I weep not for myself, says Sivirana. The tear is for the poor weak dove, whom I cannot protect even with my flesh. It is the duty of a king to share the sufferings of the weak. Then, hearing the order of the eagle, the king told him that it is not the tear of his own flesh. It is not the tear for he did not weep for himself. He only wept that he could not help, he could not protect the poor weak dove. But it is his duty to sacrifice his life for the poor. Suddenly there was a blaze of light in the hall. The hall was blazing in a twinkle of lighting. Suddenly, that the eagle and the dove both changed their forms. The eagle was really Indra, and dove was Agni, the god of fire. And both the eagle and the dove vanished at that time. Instead of them, there appeared in the court the Indra, the god Indra, and the dove. The eagle was the real emblem of eagle was the Indra, and the dove was the Agni, the god of fire. They appeared there. As the two heavenly beings disappeared from the hall, Indra's voice was heard to say, O king, you have proved your worth. You are more powerful than the gods, for you use your power for the good of the weak. Then Indra, there was a vocal sound, echoed, that something, that is Indra's voice, echoed voice was hearing that it is not your weakness, you proved your worth. So it is clear to us that you are only the powerful king in the heaven, in the world, and so your power, you are more powerful than us, than the God and goddess of the heaven. And this is the story. And next day, today I complete the explanation of story. Next day I give you some word meanings and questions and others. Okay, thank you.